Cigarette Daydreams by Cage the Elephant starts off on a D chord with lots of down strums. Then later it develops into the verses rhythm, which is slightly different, something like this. Before we get into that, let me break down the basic chord structure, one or two new chords like the major 7th, D major 7, and we can analyze the strumming patterns used as well. So, onto our fretting hand. As mentioned, the song starts with down strums and it's on a D chord, and it's going to sound like this. Then you go to D major 7, which is your first finger flat on the bottom 3 strings, should sound like this. Some guitarists do like playing it like this, which looks like an A, there's A, but down a string. I would prefer it if you did this, you'll see why as we go through the video. Next is E minor. And then from the G to the A, it shares a bar. So what's going to happen over there, your G and A is going to change a bit quicker. It's like that. Now what I'm hoping you picked up as well is at the end of the bar, there's a quick down up strum. Let's have a quick see what's happening there. Just before you change from the D to the D major 7, I'm going to put in a very quick down up flick over there. So you're going to start with down strums, and super slow motion, down strokes. Down up before you change, and at speed with me, 1 2 3 4, and it sounds pretty sweet. Okay, remember the G and the A share a bar. Now we're going to look at the second verse. I should actually say the second rhythm part, because that's where the first verse starts at the second verse, so ignore that. Okay, so the verse starts, new rhythm pattern, but the chords are the same. D major 7, E minor, and most of the way through the song you'll see G to A share a bar. Now on the rhythm for this one over here, it's going to be slightly different, and it's going to be something like this. And what we're doing over there in slow-mo is 1, 2, and 3, nothing happens on the third beat. So the third beat you miss. 1 and 2 and 3 is nothing, and 4 and. So in context with the chords, you're going to have this sound. I'm going to count to you and see if you can play along with me. 1 2 3 4 and. Now you might also notice that I didn't play my E minor like this. I just want to show you some different ways to play the chords. This is our standard E minor, fingers 1 and 2. I like doing 2 and 3 for no real reason other than maybe it looks a lot like an E if I added my first finger in. But you can choose 1 and 2 or 2 and 3 is fine. For the G, you can use fingers 3 and 4 at the bottom and play your G like this, or you can simply just use your ring finger at the bottom for the G, also fine. For the A, this is the traditional A, but my fat little fingers don't like squeezing in over here, so I find if I swap 1 and 2 around and I do this, I find this a lot more comfortable, but not everybody does. Some love it, some don't. So you've got a few choices over there on the chord tabs. Okay, back to overall view now. And we're going to play the whole way through the verse. On the count of 4, 1 2 3 4 and. Basically, nothing really changes that much. If you look at the first and second rows, they are D to D major 7 to E minor, G and A. And the second and two lines, the third and fourth, go D, D major 7, E minor, minor, B for Bertie, it looks like that. And for those that know bar chords, that's even better if you can go the bar chord. And then G and A still share a bar. That's in sort of a nutshell pretty much all we need to do for the chord, or for the chords for the song, excepting for the F sharp minor, which kicks in through your chorus. Now F sharp minor, I'm going to zoom in a bit over here. And we're going to start off with the same shape as the D major 7. Remember we said at the beginning, don't do your D major 7 like that. Rather do this because it would come in handy later. This is later. So you're starting off like that and you're taking your ring finger and you're placing it on fret 4, string 4. So your chord sounds like this. Now for those that like bar chords, you can also do this. You drop the thumb, you can see my thumb's disappearing. It's acting like a clamp, so from behind it looks like that, from the top it looks like this. And then I'm using my ring and pinky, so my middle finger is not doing anything, it's just hanging around there, if anything maybe reinforcing the first finger for a bit of strength. And I can also do F sharp minor like this. Now nothing's, like I said, really changes. When you get to your chorus, for example, it's B minor, that's quite easy and quite nice, is that when you go from the F sharp minor, which you just learnt, to B minor that we spoke of earlier, which you can use as a bar chord, the transition's quite easy. So basically when you go F sharp minor to B minor, maybe think of a bar chord, or else you have to go from this shape into that shape. Both are going to work well. I like the bar chord mainly because I can strum all 6 strings. It gives me a slightly fuller sound, but that's just a personal opinion. Now believe it or not, to write down this guy's rhythm pattern the whole way through is going to take me forever. So what we've got to keep in mind over here, there's only 2 really basic rhythms. And those 2 rhythms are either the downstroke, you can put little extras inside this one, your own little sort of embellishments, your own little rhythm extras if you want to. And your second rhythm is going to be, and I want you to improvise, to freestyle a bit on the rhythm as well. So as long as you can do the downstrokes and you can do the one with the gap, as long as you can do those 2, any variations you add in is really your own interpretation. In a nutshell, that's Cigarette Daydreams. It's a really cool song. It's nice and rustach. I hope you enjoy it. Any questions, let me know. If you don't have a copy of the PDF, please feel free to drop me a WhatsApp or inbox me and I'll send it through to you. And otherwise, have a fantastic week. Take care.